Hi Pisces, welcome or welcome back. My name's Isabella and this is Moon Alchemy Tarot. Pisces, I had a really beautiful vision for you. If you're new to my channel, the way that I usually move through these readings is I'll draw some cards, whatever I feel guided to, and I'll meditate on the cards, I'll wait for a vision, and it kind of plays out like a movie. In my mind, and then I will write it down and formulate it in the way that I saw it for you. So I'll show you the cards that I drew for you, and then I'll get into the vision, and then we're going to clarify with tarot and anything else that needs to come out. So the first card that I drew was reflection, outward and inward. Then I drew the iron energy, and then clarified by two tarot cards. And I don't normally do this, but Spirit guides me to do as Spirit wants. The Moon and the Eight of Wands. I'll hold a card up while I read the vision here today. If you're interested in a private reading or becoming a channel member and supporting me that way, that's all in the description box below, Pisces. Only take what resonates and leave the rest. So Pisces, in the hush of early dawn, when the stars still lingered like thoughts unspoken, you awoke beneath a willow tree at the edge of a mere still lake. You had no memory of arriving there, only the sensation of having been called, not by voice, but by intuition, so swift and certain it bypassed thought. The breeze carried the scent of juniper and something ancient, like the breath of the earth itself. Your feet moved before your mind caught up. You followed a narrow path lined with bluebells that shimmered like drops of sky fallen to earth. As you walked, the forest deepened, green gold light filtering through the canopy in moving patterns, as if the leaves themselves whispered secrets. Time did not matter here. Thought slowed and knowing quickened. From behind a moss-covered stone emerged a figure, an old woman draped in silken threads of sun and moonlight, her eyes the color of cloud shadows. You seek what flows beneath, she said, pointing to the forest floor, where the roots of trees pulsed faintly like veins. The river within carries your truths, swifter than your mind can follow. You nodded, even though you felt unsure of what needed to come next. It was as if your very bones seemed to recognize the truth. Next, you descended into a dark canyon, veined with quartz lining. Here, it seemed as though dreams and memories flickered, like fish in a clear stream. Visions of past loves, silent wounds, and fears disguised as plans. You noticed then that the old woman shifted from woman to fox, then a crane, then into a butterfly, and then vanished into the mist. Now alone, you stood at the entrance of a cave. Inside, darkness invited you like a womb. Your breath became louder than thoughts. Every exhale dissolved a knot of tension in your chest. Each inhale drew up something buried, frozen moments, regrets, dreams you have denied. The walls of the cave pulsed with ancient stories, painted in orange, blue, and red. You heard the echoes of ancestors dancing around firelight, eyes bright with knowing. Then the vision morphed into the river. It did not flow on earth, but rather through you, fast, wild, and silver, cascading from the crown of your head to the soles of your feet. Intuition surged. Sudden understandings, impossible to explain but undeniably real, The current swept you deeper until you emerged on the other side, standing in a glade drenched in golden sun. There you noticed a boy with eyes like clear water who waited beside a horse the color of storm clouds. Now ride, he said. The inward journey births the outward call. You mounted, breathless and soaked, and the horse galloped. Fields blurred, trees became brush strokes, the sky a canvas of thunder and sapphire. With every stride, you cast off the heaviness, the tightness in your jaw, the grip around your heart, the weight of invisible shoulds and what-ifs. You rode to the edge of the world where cliffs dropped into endless sea. There you finally dismounted and opened your arms. For a moment, all that was lingered in your heart, a moment of stillness. Then, from your chest, birds of light burst forth, the embodied forms of all the released fears, transformed now into radiant messengers. They soared, they looked so glorious. A deep sense of peace filled your heart. Then you heard, to reflect is to dive, to heal is to flow, to trust the fast-moving current within is to fly. And with a final breath, all tension lifted, like morning mist rising in sun. And that's all I had for you. Well, that was a lot. And thank you for sitting through my visions with me, you guys. I love you guys. So that's what I got upon meditating with the cards that I showed you throughout the reading and before. And so we're gonna just get right into the tarot here. No need to linger is what I heard. No need to linger. Okay. So there's a sense of you're trusting. This is a very subconscious journey for whoever I'm connecting to. This is something, as this card states, reflection, outward and inward. It's like the outward journey either has been completed or is yet to be begun. But first, the inward journey here is really what Spirit is focusing on for you right now, Pisces. And I feel with the Eight of Wands and the Moon, it's something, it's almost like, and the Iron, the stress of either the lack of movement and the not trusting that when you aren't moving, it's for a very good reason. And so there's this stress that I feel you have built up in your mind. And it's like, it's also an outward projection. Like you have like this has affected your physical reality. Because as you, there's a hesitation here. Why is there a hesitation? The High Priestess. Okay. There's a lack of trust for or connection to your intuition at this time. The cords have been severed because of this stress, because of something that you've built up in your mind to keep things out or keep things in, whatever it is for you. And so this has actually severed your connection in some way with your intuition, with your subconscious mind. You're not connected. And with this vision, as it states at the end, I heard, to reflect is to dive. To heal is to flow. To trust the fast-moving current within is to fly. So there's a lack of trust with what you're going through or how you feel. And so there's a disconnect and a lack of movement for some of you. For some of you, I feel like there's a lack of movement. But for others, I feel like you've been trying to move so quickly that you've been missing signs or information along the way. Okay, so take that how it resonates for you. Okay. What else is going on here? Three of Pentacles, the Lovers, Eight of Cups. There's a desire here to walk away, to get to this point on the cliff where the birds of light burst forth out of your chest and this deep sense of peace fills your heart. It's walking away from something unfulfilling, but in order for you to do this, like in the vision, there are things you have to accept, things you need to reflect upon and heal first. You're gonna have to help yourself. I feel for you with the Lovers and the Three of Pentacles. It's you have to trust yourself. You have to work with like what you have. And go deep within your subconscious and reconnect to your intuition. Reconnect to the parts of you that you have left neglected or isolated. You've isolated in some way. I'm hearing connecting the dots too. Because here with the Lovers card too, the tree is reconnecting. It's growing back together. It's intertwining. So what is it that Pisces, besides the subconscious, the intuition, there's something else you're meant to reconnect to or heal? Let's see what this is. Okay. King of Cups and Ten of Cups. Okay, so for some of you, it's family bonds or ties. But for most of you, I feel like it's something in your life that keeps taking you out of your comfort zone, or people or energies that kind of cross your boundaries. I feel like there's a disrespect for what you've built or what you have clearly set out to accomplish or do or shared with others. It's very emotional for you. It's very important to you to be able to connect with this or accomplish and achieve this. But there's a lack of space, or there's a lack of commitment, either coming from you, or I do feel like there is another energy pushing in here right now. I'm looking at these cards and I feel like I said, like someone isn't respecting your boundaries, your wishes, or your movement here, your emotional movement, the progress that you would have made if this other energy wasn't so heavily influencing your emotions or your physical space even. You'd like to be the King of Cups. You'd like to feel very sure of where you're going next. You'd like to be very sure of the future here, and you'd like to envision yourself within the Ten of Cups energy, which is wish fulfillment, alignment, you know, finding your path in this world and seeing yourself as that version that you see in your dreams. Okay, let's get into this obstacle energy here that's pushing in. Let's clarify this more. What is this? The Sun Let's get a clarifying oracle card here. It's blocking your happiness. Again, like here, your path here towards the sun, this energy is blocking your movement towards your happiness, your alignment, and the stability. So what is this energy? If you're new here and this resonates, please subscribe. Melting. Yeah, someone's trying to veer you off the path. Someone's trying to actively melt your journey, your progress. They don't want, it's like, I just saw you painting a picture with paint and beautiful colors, and then someone comes in and just takes water and just pours across the canvas, and your picture just starts smearing and it's ruined. Resolve. This is something you're going to have to resolve in order for you to actually move towards the alignment that you see for yourself here. And this is the outward reflection here, right? The outward. This is something in your physical reality that you need to reflect upon at this time. This energy that is actively melting you and blocking you. The inward energy is your intuition, as we spoke about earlier, is a disconnect from your intuition and therefore your subconscious. There's something trying to come forth here with this for you personally. And once you let that out, and once you kind of cut out these other stressors that have kind of sunk themselves into your reality, you will see a change, an alignment, and it's gonna come in quickly because you had the Eight of Wands come out, right? Just like the horse, when you were galloping on the horse in my vision, it was very fast. Things were blurring around you. The transformation at the end is very rapid, very rapid. So what can aid you at this time? Did a card just fall out? No? Okay. What can aid Pisces at this time? Ten of Pentacles. I said connecting the dots earlier. That's what I feel for you here with the Ten of Pentacles. It's identifying what this is for you. Kind of, for some reason, a recipe is coming to my mind right now. It's like you're creating your own recipe. I have an itch in the back of my throat right now. Excuse me. I feel like there's something that you're not saying, haven't been saying, or have been too afraid to say. You need to connect those dots. That's for someone. Reaching beneath the surface, I'm hearing, as I'm looking at this card. You need to reach below the point where you have been, okay? Go deeper. Go underneath. Look for the shadows that have been long hidden long ago, I'm hearing. The shadows that you have hidden long ago are the places you will find the answer you seek, I'm hearing. The Empress at the bottom of the deck. There's a creation lingering in those shadows. As you go inward, connect to those shadows, connect the dots here. There's a beautiful spark below the surface. There's something that you clear as you go there. it's like those birds bursting out of your chest, and they are pure light, pure peace. That is a part of the ingredient of your recipe here that you're trying to formulate and create. And you need this. I'm hearing you need this part of you to shine again, so that you can create, so that you can unify. There's a curiosity here for what comes next. You need to be curious. You need to be open to new perspectives and new ways of formulating the energy. I'm hearing new ways of translating the wisdom. So maybe for you, I feel like with this Page of Wands now, it's like Spirit is showing me that rather than going about it like you would have in the past or would normally go about things or handle situations or people, do research or like collect more knowledge before you act, okay? That's what Spirit wants me to say, yeah. It's like you see this girl, she's collecting these wands, these sticks, and she's looking left and right, but she's not looking forward. Okay, so instead of looking left or right, you need to look forward. There's something in front of you that you need to see and possibly approach in a different way and with caution. I'm hearing too. That's for someone. Okay, Pisces, I'm gonna leave it at that. That feels really good. If you enjoyed this reading, I do offer personal readings, and if you wish to support me, you can become a member. Thank you guys so much.